Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about real estate, specifically real estate economic cycles. I'm going to walk you guys through how I use these real estate cycles to help me determine when I need to buy real estate and when I need to sell real estate. Now guys, I've been investing in real estate for over 25 years. I wouldn't call myself an expert, but what I will call myself is someone who understands my niche and the type of properties I like to buy, when to buy those properties, and then when to sell it. I have done that and I've done it successfully. So I thought, why not take a few minutes out today and share with you guys, especially with this potentially upcoming recession we may have based on what's going on with this pandemic. I thought it would be a good idea to kind of show you guys how I'm going to utilize the real estate economic cycles in order to help me make good money off real estate in these next couple of years. I've outlined what I believe are the real estate economic cycles. Now again, guys, this is not something that I created. There are many people who use this particular real estate economic cycle. I'm just one of the people who use it as well. So I didn't create this. This is just something that I found and I use that has been helpful. Now over here, you'll see you start off at the peak, then you work yourself to the recessionary period. Then down the bottom here, you're at the bottom of the recession. Then you work your way up to recovery and then back to peak. Now let's go ahead and use the 2008 recession as our example, which I also bought real estate and sold during that time period. Now I believe 2004 and 2006 were the peak years prior to the 2008 recession. Obviously, the recession started in 2008, which would have been right here. Now, what I did not do was I did not start buying real estate right at the beginning of the 2008 recession. The reason being is I knew that real estate prices were just starting to fall and that they would continue to fall for a couple of years before it was really the right time to buy. So what happened was I kind of waited to around 2009-ish, 2010, which I believe 2010 was the bottom of the 2008 recession. So I started buying real estate right up at about here. Why? Because I think at that point, that's where it actually bottomed out. I think that was the height of the foreclosures that were out there. And I did buy a foreclosure during that time period. And so that's when I started buying. Key is, don't buy too soon after a recession starts, because you certainly don't want to be at the top of that mountain and then real estate prices continue to fall, and now all of a sudden you bought up here at the beginning of the recession. By the time you get 2 years into it, you're upside down in the property. So be careful there. Again, try your best to buy down here at the bottom of the recession. Now also, you can, as the recession starts to turn itself towards recovery over here, here's a good opportunity as well to be able to start buying. Like I said, I believe the bottom of the 2008 crash or recession was at 2010. Right around 2011 right here is where I think it started starting to turn itself back towards a recovery. And you can also pick up properties between the bottom and the recovery right here. But you can also, even once it gets fully into the recovery, you can kind of still pick up some deals if you know where to look. But between the recovery, which I believe was from, like I said, 2000, probably into 2012 to around 2014, I believe was the recovery from the last 2008 recession. So between recovery and the peak, and I believe the peak was actually around 2018. So I started selling my properties from 2014, which was still in the recovery in my opinion, to 2017, which was right there between the recovery and the peak. That's when I got out. And I will tell you guys, that served me well. I did very well on all of my properties. So I will use this same methodology if we have a real estate recession that is connected with this pandemic that we're currently in order to put myself in a position to be able to take advantage of real estate, low prices, hold through the bottom, continue buying through the bottom, and then as we turn back to this recovery period right here, then at that point I will go ahead and start thinking about selling those properties. If you've noticed in some of my past videos, I always mention about a 3 to 5 year hold, and that's the reason I hold 3 to 5 years, is because of this particular real estate economic cycle. Now, I know there are people out there that hold real estate longer, and that's okay. You do whatever you feel is best for you as it relates to your real estate portfolio. But for me, this method right here works very well. Like I said, in 2008 recession, I followed this format right here and got out of all of my properties by the time 2017 rolled around, and I did really, really well. And I think I'll have an opportunity to do the same thing if we do have a real estate financial recession because of this pandemic that we're currently in, which I think there is good indication we probably will. You know, what type of recession it will be, I don't know. How bad it will be for real estate, I don't know that either. What I will know is this is what I will utilize in order to help me know when to buy and help me know when to sell. That way I can do real well in that particular recession if it truly does happen. Well, what do you guys think? What is your game plan? Drop me some comments down in the comment box below to let me know what you plan on doing. Do you think this is a good model to follow? Or do you use something different? If you do use something different, down in the comments, let me know what it is. Again, this methodology right here is not the only way to buy real estate. It's just the way I choose to buy it because it has worked for me in the past. And I know other investors, real estate investors, it has worked for as well. So the whole concept here is knowing when to buy real estate and then knowing when to sell it. I think each one of us as real estate investors, we have to have a game plan and be ready to go. You also need to make sure you got cash on hand so that you can get into these properties. Obviously, it's going to be competitive, especially if we see a 20-30% decrease in real estate prices and real estate values. There'll be a lot of investors that'll be popping up looking to try and get good deals. And in order for you to be able to compete with that, you're going to need to make sure you got your cash in place. Now, if you're going to buy the properties cash, no problem. If you're going to be looking to leverage and look for financing, you may want to start making sure you can have some financing options in place. Maybe you need to contact your local bank that you work with. And if you currently don't work with a mortgage lender, then you may want to take some time out and start developing some relationships now. Because this is the time where you want to start planning for this upcoming financial and real estate recession, if it's going to happen. And like I said, all indications point to it probably will at some level. It just depends on how long this pandemic lasts and how bad our economy is going to suffer from that. But I think for some of the things that I've seen out online already, I can see where real estate prices are starting to fall in certain parts of the country. I live in Southwest Florida, and on the residential real estate side, I can tell you right now, prices are starting to come down. And the reason being is inventory is staying on the market longer. People are uncertain. They're not sure what's going on with this whole reopening the country again. We don't have a cure or a treatment for the virus. So there's a lot of uncertainty. So people are not looking to buy or sell real estate right now until they figure out what's going on. And as long as that's happening, that's going to keep driving prices down. Well, all right, guys, I hope the video was helpful. Please consider giving me a thumbs up on the video. Also, if you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.